Good morning, Carl. Yeah, FICO, which is the credit score that decides if you and I qualify for mortgages and at what interest rate, is now licensing its scores directly to lenders instead of going through the credit bureaus like TransUnion, Equifax, and Experian.
People sitting on a 680 credit score think that they're in a safe spot in 2026. And I'm going to give you a disclaimer right now. That is not entirely true anymore. The reason why is because FICO 10T is finally here. It's a brand new scoring model on how everything is calculated. The banks are switching to it this year, and it's going to change how they view you forever. Now, if you've seen any other videos, people screaming that this is going to be a government surveillance program or a social security / credit system, relax. That is not what this is, okay? And I'm going to break everything down because in today's lesson, we're going to be breaking down the FICO 10T, what it actually is, and how you need to prepare for it. So when you go apply for something, you're not left in the dark. So what I want you to do is go grab your pen and paper, and without further ado, let's dive in. The first thing that you need to understand is how the old scoring model worked, because everything builds on this, which is pretty much the foundation. Your old credit score works like a photo, okay? And all you know, if you know, you know. It looks at one single moment. Whatever your balances are the day the bank checks, that's your snapshot. And that's pretty much going to be your score for those whole 30 days. With FICO 10T, they literally throw the photo out of the window. So instead, they look at it as, I would say, like a movie. So in the last 24 months of your credit, so it watches the direction of your balances move over the 2 full years. And that's where the T stands for. It's basically, it stands for trended, okay? But I'll explain that. And this is where the fear mongers are kind of getting it wrong with this. The FICO 10T is not watching what you buy. It can't see that you bought gas or coffee or anything like that. All it sees is whether your balances on your accounts are going up or going down, or pretty much staying stagnant across a specific timeline. I know it sounds small, but it really isn't. And here's why this changes for everything. Because now we're going to talk about why your 680 credit score isn't safe. Under, again, the old scoring model, two people with a 680 credit score could look identical. Same score, same risk. But under FICO 10T, it's not the same playing field anymore. Say you've been carrying balances and you have been creeping up a little higher each and every month. Now, the old photo didn't care because the new movie, it kind of shows something different, like I stated. When your balances trend up fast, the model reads it as a risk. So now you're a risk in testing and balances that jump from the 20% all the way to 65%. And of that limit in the past 2 months. So this can drag down your score 25 points. But let's flip it. Somebody who's been paying their balances down from 80% of their limit all the way to 22% over the past 2 years, that's a downward trend and it's rewarding you. And that move was worth about 30 points or a 30-point gain. The same starting score, two completely different outcomes. The only difference is the direction that you're moving. You're either gonna go up or it's gonna be a downward trend. Now, pay attention because here's why this is dangerous, specifically for people with 680s. 680s is sometimes the swamp of what I like to call people that have these credit scores right here, and I'll tell you why. 680 is the pricing line for lenders. It sits about 20 points under 700 and 40 points under 720. And those are the levels where your interest actually kind of drop, okay, in a good way. So if FICO 10T shaves off 20 points off your 680, now you don't just lose points, you fall in a worse pricing tier. So let's just say on a $300,000 mortgage, right? The gap between 680 and 720 is around $48 a month. All right, but stretch that to a 760 and you're probably looking at roughly a $29,000 over the lifespan of the loan. Okay, I'm telling you. Now, this is where it's not safe and kind of what I mean by that. Now, here is where that not safe means, because a small drop from 680 isn't cosmic, it's expensive, okay? Because here's where we get into the buy now, pay later trap. There's one more piece that catches people off guard, which is this, the buy now, pay later. The Affirm, the Klarna, you split it into 4 payments. I see it all over online. I love Klarna. I love doing this. And that's fine, but it's a trap. I'm telling you, this is why I call it 680 pretty much the trap area, because it's like you're not in the prestige area, but you're also in that spot where you're able to break everything down in 4 payments. You go to a concert, 4 payments. You go to Red Lobster, 4 payments. So with FICO 10T now folds that into your score. So basically what I'm saying is, if you do have to use those buy now, pay laters, just make sure you pay them on time and you're fine. For a lot of people, it's not going to do anything, but even for some people, it can, on the flip side, it can help. But miss one payment, guys. If you miss one payment, it's going to treat it like any other late payment. A single late mark can cost you 20 to 50 points or even more, because late payments make up 35% of your entire score. Always remember that. So those pair of shoes that you split into 4 payments and forgot about, under this model, that slips and can quietly cost you a tier. So when you go apply for something like a mortgage loan or auto loan, now you're looking crazy. Now, everything that I'm telling you comes down to one big thing: staying approvable while rules change underneath you. And that's exactly what we do for our clients on the funding side. So if you're a business owner, soon to be business owner, or you just need capital on the credit side and your credit score is a clean 700 or better, I want to help you grow, because this is what we do inside the Everhard Capital funding program. We handle all the banking connections. We build the data points specifically for your file and make sure that you can get access to $50,000 to $300,000 in total funding. So what I want you to do right now, if that interests you, book a call down below by clicking that free capital consultation. But enough about that. Let's get into the next section, because in this section right here, we're going to be talking about the moves and what we need to do next. Because there are actually 4, and the timing matters, so you need to start yesterday. The first thing I need you to do is pay down your balances on a trend, not the night before you apply, okay? The old trick was zeroing everything out right before, your credit is about to die or about to be pulled. This model kind of makes it harder for you, and I don't want that to be an issue, because every single bank is not going to adopt this right then and there, but you never know which bank is going to adopt this. So the best thing to do is to clean it up now, so you don't have to worry about it later. But step number 2 is stop the creep, okay? Don't let your balances drift up month after month, even if you're making minimum payments on time. All right, the direction is what gets scored now. Number 3, clean up those late payments, collections, charge-offs, or anything that you have on your report. Negative marks hit you harder on this model and gonna drag you down, even with a trend or not a trend. You need to get these off regardless. Number 4, know which score your lender is actually pulling, because right now it's a mix. Some lenders are on the new model, like I stated, and some are on the old ones. And again, you're not going to know. Even my reps don't always know what they're actually doing in the underwriting system sometimes, and they don't know until we actually, pull the trigger. So again, the same file can score differently at 2 separate banks, because you have that 680 or even that 700, okay? It's all about your credit profile, so you have to understand that as well. You might get super approved at Chase, but you go to that credit union that's still doing the FICO 10T now, and now you're getting these super low approvals, and you're like, what the heck is going on? So now, with all that being said, let's actually bring this home. FICO 10T scores the direction of your credit, not just a snapshot. The 680 built on rising balances can drop, and at a 680, that drop puts you more in an expensive tier. Buy now, pay laters, stay away from them if you can, okay? Really don't want you using them, because it can harm you if you forget about a payment. And if you continue to do all these things, I promise you, you will have no issues. Now, right here is where I want to talk to 2 separate groups. If you're a person that just has late payments, collections, charge-offs, or anything on your report, and you want to untangle it all yourself, and then this is literally what I do every single day, okay? So what I want you to do is click that link below right now to sign up for a credit repair consultation. We've been helping business owners and non-business owners fix their credit, so when things like this happen, like FICO 10Ts, or they want to get approved for something, they can actually get approved with no issues, and there's nothing coming about this, nothing but an approval. So if that interests you, then what I want you to do is click the link below right now to remove all your negatives. Now, if you're a person that needs capital and your credit scores are actually good, 700 or better, then what I want you to do is click that link below to sign up for a capital consultation, okay? Because again, we've been helping all of our business owners, soon to be business owners, get the right data points, the right banks, and the right situation for them, so they can get $50,000 to $300,000 in business capital or personal capital. So if any one of those interests you, again, what I want you to do is click those links below, and I'll see you on that call. I want to thank you guys for stopping by. I really hope that this helps you guys. And please take heed to what I'm saying. Fix everything that you need so you can get to the other side, or contact me so I can help you, okay? I want to thank you guys for stopping by. And until next time, ladies and gents.